Hot ping is hot. Good, good. And I'll put a sage react there too, so that you guys have that. Niji 7,
Hello,
woohoo!
sorry I was a little late.
Oh, you're good. You're good. It's good to see you,
Hi.
Kinky.
It was we were exploring V7, and then I had to make a sandwich because I explored too long.
Oh.
But nobody wanted to, like we all wanted to keep talking, so I kept the chat going. Everybody's very excited about what you've come to find out.
There'll be a lot of diving and a lot of exploring with Niji 7 today. That's for sure. There's just a whole lot of potential
Oh yeah.
um, for new content being made simply because like we have all this more robust text adherence and everything else is just it's so good. I can't wait to dive into it with you all.
Yeah. I'm here to see what everybody else makes, honestly. Like
I
Yeah,
know it's so exciting.
but
I've
I'm
tested this
yeah, I'm good to go
to
whenever
the
you
moon
guys
and
are.
back.
I feel so left out on this one because I didn't actually do a lot of testing. So I'm like I'm excited to see what you guys talk about too.
Very curious. Very
Not that I'm
curious.
not always excited to see what you talk about, but today I am especially.
Yeah, I'm just as much excited, like Rhapsody was saying, to dig into what everyone else is doing. So let's already get the ball rolling. The what is it? Okay, you can let me know if the buttons have been hit. AC, I think so because I saw your GIF of the button being pushed. So I'm gonna assume yes. Oh yes, there's certainly the button has certainly been pushed. There's a lot of people here already. All right, hi everybody.
Hi.
Hi, hi. This is gonna be a very interesting stream. If you have not gotten the ping, maybe you just got the event ping. Niji 7 has now been released. So a year and a half of development, plus probably, has been put into this. So I am so curious to see what do you guys do with it. It has a lot of the same features from previous versions of Midjourney. The only things it doesn't is OREF and CREF and mood boards right now. So everything else basically is there, including hyphen hyphen no. And hyphen hyphen no is actually works better in Niji
It,
7. Um,
and including Niji 7 edits.
yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts. So let's just dive right into it. I'm going to give a little intro quickly just to introduce everyone that's here. Hi, my name is Victor Gnarly. I'm a former visual effects artist on a few Adult Swim shows like Robot Chicken, Moral Oral, and a few others. But now I'm doing cool stuff with you guys doing this. I just love making stuff with you guys. So I'm stoked to see everything here. But I'm joined with Rhapsody,
Hi.
Kinky, and Ancient. We're all just
Howdy.
yeah, we're all so excited to just dive right into this stuff. That and you could see that that Golem has already taken advantage of the fact that the text editor is pretty robust here. So let's go ahead and just get right into it. Um, I'm just gonna start off with a very simple prompt here just to get the ball rolling. Um, the let's do a what do you want to do? I don't even know where to start with this. This is nuts, nuts.
So maybe start with something that is absolutely insane.
Okay,
Like Nietzsche 7, there's a lot of work has gone into really grab the anime aesthetics, the clarity that you expect. So something that is absolutely crazy is just the keywords anime screen cap or anime keyframe. Like especially the screen cap is it's really close.
sure.
Like just make an anime screen cap of anything. I don't know. See if
There
the
you go.
background looks
Anime screen
fantastic.
cap of anything. There you go. Anime screen cap of anything. Let's go with that. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like, especially we've mostly focused on characters here. We're a character stream every Friday at 4 that you're welcome to join, 4 p.m. Eastern. And the thing is that we don't have over-referencers, so we're going to be relying on a technique using image weights that we had before. But it is coming. It is coming. So when it comes to people that have like really, as Rhapsody puts it, really good spells for your character, like word only prompts that will generate screen cap of something, screen cap of something spanned by AC. Perfect. And I forgot to run that as Niji 7 probably. Yep, that's what it was. But yeah, I did.
Good
yeah.
comparison.
Yeah, it's a good comparison right off the bat. I keep forgetting to add it to the end of the prompt, so let's keep an eye out for that. But when it comes to particular like anything with text in it, right? It'll probably put it as like a subtitle text or a billboard or something in it, unless you say like I want this to be in a speech bubble or in a speech bubble that reads, right? So like I'll take my base Victor prompt that I have here, and I'll just run that as a Niji 7 prompt, but then I'm going to add a speech bubble for him as well. So let's add Niji 7. And then to say, with the speech bubble, let's see, with the speech bubble. Oh, got it. Niji 7 isn't safe from shrimp.
It already happened.
It took what? 7 minutes?
You guys really like to tease me with these crustaceans.
Welcome.
No
to...
shrimp allowed.
Right. Welcome to Niji 7, everybody, is what I'm going to say inside the speech bubble. So basically, like with the speech bubble that reads is probably the easiest way to force the text inside the speech bubble. But I'm also going to set this to a good video aspect ratio because we could always remove the speech bubbles and include it as a look at how high quality that shrimp is. But yeah, like it's specific. Just I've just been having so much fun with this since I got to play with it, and I really do want to dig into some of the multiple comic panel prompts and things like that as well. So
I have something special for that later.
Oh, good.
A different one.
Good.
Different one.
I love it now how he's speaking in the prompt. Yeah, it's let's see. Well, we have to play the Niji 7 video as well. There's an official release video that's been put together here. I'm just going to open it up in Chrome here, and then we'll get to my silly little prompt that I did earlier and start to introduce our original characters to them. So if you do have an original character, you're welcome to use them in this stream. You can find the different channels here right above the stage. You're going to find VC Text and VC Create. VC Text is where we're all chatting with each other right now, and VC Create is where we are prompting together and collaborating. So yeah, there you go. Welcome to Niji, everybody. There you go. It's in terms of putting the text, you can see it does a really good job adhering to whatever you've written and also making sure that it follows the directions that you have. So that's a night and day difference from older models. I love that. It makes it so much easier for me to make comics and memes and things, and I know that it's going to be the same for you guys. Like, look how freaking cute that is. I love the art style that is by default. You can also use raw to kind of bounce out of the anime aesthetic, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that later.
Well, not really. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
We're going to talk. We will get to that later.
Yes.
There's a lot of things to talk about later. I will keep an eye on the time so we don't forget anything. But,
I think this stream is going to go over time. I have a very strong feeling about that. But in my downloads here, I believe, let me grab my desktop here, and here's the video. I just have to change my audio settings really quick because otherwise you guys cannot hear the music. I'm going to sound like poop for a minute. Let's go. All right, and now I'll open the video. Here you guys go. 踏み出そう誰も知らないまだ見ぬ冒険へと果てのないストーリーをまた紡いでいこう心に秘め
What a great
Oh,
video.
yeah. No, I was mesmerized by this entire thing. It is just the level. It's all so. I'm not going to scroll through it. I'm just amazed by it. Great job, Niji team. You all knocked it out of the park with that video. It's an
Yes,
amazing announcement.
yes. It's
Awesome.
so incredibly impressive.
It really is. All right, now my audio should be better. There we go. Enid's got a video going here
I'm
already.
here to teach you whatever I can about Niji 7.
Good, good. Thank you for that. That's awesome. And I see Lolo has produced some Yona content already and linked it inside of VC Create for y'all. I definitely am so excited to see what you guys do. A full comic here. This is from Senior Carlos. A 4-panel comic of the Adventure Squirrel. First panel, the squirrel is in a tree. The speech bubble above, where's my nuts? The next panel, the squirrel is crawling down the tree. Speech bubble above, got to find them. Next panel is the squirrel is on the ground. Speech bubble above there are around here somewhere. And last panel, the squirrel is holding an acorn under the tree. Speech bubble above, I found it. It did it all. It's all there.
Yeah, it did it all.
It did it all. Incredible. Insane, actually. That's so good. Oh, yes, I'm so stoked to see what you guys are going to be able to do. Okay. Well, all right. So we're good. Let's go ahead and start to bring in some of our characters from the character portal, because I think that's probably a good way to get things going. It can do centaurs. It can do centaurs.
In all kinds of poses.
What?
Maybe something also interesting to say is it's a lot more literal than previous Niji models. So if you write something, it's gonna put it in there, and it's great about that. Like, it can do so long prompts and very specific things, and we just try it. Just try putting weird words together, and you will see it's finding interesting combinations. But yes, it knows what centers are. It still has a little bit of.
I'm laughing at the bottom right one because they're wearing normal shoes on the front, but have a horse button. Like that's too funny. Oh my god, I love that. Okay, all right. Let's see here. We got some cyborg riveted from steampunk bronze. Patiated. There's a lot of when you said random words. Patiated vinegarous plates, exposed piston arms, braided leather, and copper hair, venting small steam plumes with sparking arcs. Except for the sparking arc, everything's there. That's actually really cool. Oh my god, working on her was one of my first animation gigs. That's awesome. Let's see here. Okay. The face on the top. Just oh my god. All right, meme comics and stuff. All right, we have a lot of really fun. Look at this, just a meme comic, a funny meme, and yeah, it just the potential to make these quick reaction stuff with your friends is just huge. But let's go ahead now and find my Victor prompt, because I do want to do the first image weight with that, so you guys could see what you could do with an existing character so far. This one with Yona actually is a really great example from Lolo Soon. They've combined a very well written like character prompt with an image prompt. And you can notice that the image prompt is set to a weight of 0.2, and that's going to be very important as we dig into this, because you want, essentially, the higher that number is, that image weight here, the more it adheres to whatever is the image prompt, which is whatever is the link at the front of the prompt here. Later on, we'll go to the Midjourney website and let you guys play with that, but this is Lolo Soon's character, Yona. She's a chicken mancer. Yes, she performs chicken magic. And the thing about it is that it's very easy for, with a lower image weight, to redirect the characters that are featured inside of the images that you're providing. So what we can do is grab the one from earlier, this one here, the antagonist one that I had for my character, And I'm just going to copy that prompt really quick and then add an image prompt to it. And I'm going to show you guys what it looks like by default. And then we will start to mess with those weights in order to control our characters, or at least put them in more dynamic and interesting compositions and such. So, oops, I hit send on that right away. Let me go ahead and cancel that really quick. X, get rid of that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab an image of Victor from our character portal. So for anyone that is not familiar with their streams, we have another server called Gnarly Studios where you're welcome to submit original characters for other people to use. And you can find it in the VC text chat. You'll find links to it. But it's a really cool place. Thank you so much for that, Kinky. You will find inside of the character portal here hundreds of characters, hundreds of original characters that were all submitted by you guys. The only thing we ask is that if you do make anything with these characters, that you please submit it to their character portal entry. So if there's if you get a neat result, the creator gets to see it too, and it's just a really great feedback loop. I have a lot of fun on this server with you guys. So if we grab really quickly an image to go with Victor, because I've provided that already for you guys here. The one I like that I've been using, there's a lot of like stop-mo versions and things as well, but the one I've been using is a little higher up here. This one right here. I just really dig this this result of using this image as an image prompt. So I'm going to copy image address and then go back to VC Create and then paste the image at the front of the prompt. This creates an image prompt. And I'll submit it as is first. Remember that the structure behind Victor in this image is this like archway. There's a lot of blue. It's there's a backlit, a little bit of backlighting that's in it, and you're going to see that get recreated as an image prompt because the higher the image weight is, the more it's going to try to recreate the image that's inside of the image prompt. So the lower it is, the more freedom you're allowing Midjourney to have in order to create your final result. That's how Yono was able to pop up so reliably, is the fact that there is an image prompt attached, but also there's a very good written like prompt that describes the character attached to that. So we're going to let my thing load here for a minute and check out some of what you guys are doing here. The Eunice Centaur Fantapunk. It didn't do the Centaur part, but I do like the design, though. It's really cute. Okay. All right. So this is going to be a good example right off the bat, I feel like, to get us going with understanding image weights and take full advantage of our of what Niji 7 can do. So you can see we've recreated huge chunks of this image, but now the text is on there. It looks like the character is speaking those words, and it had a little bit of sweat and stuff. He's nervous now for some reason. But if we wanted to have less of this background, less of the original image influence it, and we just kind of take more of the at least the aesthetics into mind here, we can lower the image weight by adding hyphen IW. And point 2 is what I'm going to recommend for anyone that does have an original character here, because it just gives you almost the maximum amount of freedom while still adhering to your character, as long as there is words in the prompt that describe your character. Because that's the real trick to this, is that we are doing it. We're basically being redundant both visually and verbally, and it just helps really reinforce what you want. And so I'm very curious to see what this does right off the bat, but I've had a lot of good luck using this particular image. But the thing is that we have so many features that work with Niji 7 that already are on the Midjourney website that you can mess with. Wow, image prompts work so good. They really do. They really do. It's kind of incredible how much I feel like a lot of the benefits that we had from CREF and OREF have just manifested inside of image weights now.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you remember Niji 6, I think Niji 6 didn't have any CREF in the beginning and any it didn't have character referencing or star referencing, I think. And it was also good with image reference. It's like the idea is, especially with these drawn or anime aesthetics, right? You usually, if you're focusing on them with a model. There is very little to reference in these images, but it gets it right. It takes what's there and tries to transform it into something new. And when you have reduced images in a model that's pretty good at like creating these drawn styles, then well, the details just come forward. So
It is something that
yeah, we don't really
yeah, go ahead, sorry.
like and the amazing thing about that is, and that's the thing, like cref, character reference, and opti referencing is not yet supported in the model. But it's not a big problem because we can do it with image referencing, as you see, and we can use the edit functionality to fix details like we did like years ago, but with a much, much, much higher quality.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the thing that trips me out about this, at least as I'm using it, is just how reliable I'm getting an understanding of what's inside the image prompts. You know, like as you can see here, that as we lowered the image weight, it still is Victor. It's still very much the character. It's just we've been given it more freedom now to change what's inside of this final result and how much we're adhering to what's written versus what is inside the picture. Because we don't really care about replicating the exact same image multiple times over. We really don't need this version that you saw earlier, right? We don't really need this. What we really need is the ability to see our characters living and behaving in a new context every time, and that's what the lower image weight helps us do. Now, I do want to add that you're still noticing that this is basically like a close up of him. It's very much the same perspective, which is what the benefit of using that particular image is doing. It's making a somewhat downward looking perspective. That's as much as it's adhering to outside of the character design. But if I now change that context dramatically, we are going to see a significant difference. So I'm going to say that it's an antagonist, the same sort of starting prompt that I have for Victor, but I'm going to now say at the start of this, because I really only need that description at the latter half of the prompt. But if I start off by saying that this is like, I was kind of imagining everyone rushing to Niji 7 like it's almost like a Black Friday sale, right? Like just a ton of people trampling me right when I opened the door. So I was like, okay, let's do that. Let's do a Black Friday sale at a mega store. There are signs for Niji 7 on the product racks. And then I'm going to just describe what's happening to Victor here. So he is getting trampled by crowds of eager buyers or just eager customers. So I also recognize that as I'm submitting this, Black Friday isn't what it used to be. Everyone buys things online now, right? But it used to be a real bad thing. It used to be like stuff of nightmares to go shopping on Black Friday. Now everything's done online. Serious kawaii drop Niji 7. All right. Let's see what you do here. From Queen Lux, that's one's coming in, and let's see. Oh, we got Reveille here. Hey, Reveille, good to see you, bud. Let's see. Multiple comic panels depicting Reveille. There you go. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, in terms of getting these sort of like these massive like this first panel, for example, I just kind of want to zoom in and inspect that for a moment. Hey, look at the unicorn horn. Join the Unicult. There you go. But Reveille has already jumped ahead a little bit when it comes to including multiple comic panels depicting, which is such a go-to thing for me inside of my prompts. But I want to describe what's inside of those multiple comic panels, and they did a really good job going through the details of making sure to include all their character art details, but also what is happening. They are landing outside of a Victorian house, entering the house and looking around. That is insane. Like it's landing in front and then he's going into the house to explore. Yeah, I think that's just awesome. The okay. So here is the Niji 7 trampled by product customers. I really dig all these results. This is just awesome. So I especially just like the any of these like wide angle just wide shots are so much fun to see. Yeah. See, and we got all this, and this was all taken from using a low image weight on the character. We're gonna jump off of a different character here in a bit, but you guys are more than welcome to keep using them, like Senior Carlos is doing here, keeping it gnarly, and that is too freaking cool. I'm gonna upscale that one, and we'll do some edits and stuff later as well. But that's so cool. But enough talking about my character. I want to bring in some of you guys now. I see. I expect you guys to bring in your own characters, so we're gonna try to pick up a couple people that may not be here right now. Let's take a look-see here inside of the character portal, and then we're gonna get into style references and the style creator because they all work with Niji 7. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Okay, all right. So Erides is from I Troll For You. I know I Troll For You is here, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Erides here. We have some character turnarounds as well as a nice good description of her here. So let's give her a go. We have all this here. I'm going to copy, but I'm going to have to change this prompt up because it uses an OREF or an Omni reference from version 7. So let's go ahead and tweak this prompt a bit to fit this character into there. So let's do image and submit this, and I'm going to take a look at what their link is for their Omni reference here. Okay, it's just this image. Perfect. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that link up to the front of the prompt to turn into an image prompt. And then I'm going to add that IW as well. We'll start off with a bit of a higher number. We'll do 0.5 for this one. And she is what it says here is that she's a desert voyager. She has a short, spiky orange hair and amber eyes. She wears a structured white round cap with a wide, ornate golden border integrated with a flowery white desert cowl that drapes into a long cape with a split back, and so on and so forth. It's all descriptions of her character right now. We could go and already start adding context to this, but I really want to see what we get right off the bat, first off with a lower image weight. But I'm going to set the aspect ratio to something that works for video, because we will be doing video as well. There's so much to cover here, guys. Oh my god. It's going to be a lot. I'm just over here ranking and listening and drinking to a concerning amount of pickle juice. Kinky.
Yes.
Pickle juice now. Is this something are you trying to remedy yourself?
No, I just really like it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Like if I want to guarantee that my partner doesn't steal my chips, I'll grab pickle chips. That's how I know she doesn't end up just pilfering my stuff. But that's funny. Okay.
I decided I was going to leave all the pickle juice in the jar this time until the pickles are gone, and now they're gone. So it's game on.
It's game on. It's time. Time to break. Oops.
It's like you having dry pickles.
Yeah, right?
All right, I'll get off the mic now.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. I see that we are trying to get Flora in here as another character. This is actually one of Gom's characters. And you can see just how much more detail we're getting. If you're familiar with this character from her fantasy streams, Flora looks so good in this. Like, the second one is just so damn good. I just really appreciate that. But what I'm going to do, though, is... Okay, yes, it is loading here. We're going to... Victor eating a holiday candy. Okay, I have the prompt here now. Okay, all right. So you can see that because of the image is, just a front shot of her. Oh, did I forget Niji 7 again? I did. Let's go ahead and add that really quick.
Yeah, we should probably just do settings.
Yeah, I'll go to.
Can you change it in your settings yet?
Yeah, I'll go to my. I'll explain settings. Let's do that. All right. So, if you are new to Midjourney, you can use settings on Discord /settings. To turn on things like remix mode, which is really handy for doing quick edits like we're doing right now. But it's also how we're going to change our default model. So right now our default model is version 7. Oh, why did that load a picture? All right, hold on a second. Settings. I must have clicked the picture by accident. There we go. Okay. We can change the model from 7 here to where is Niji? Niji model version 7 with the rainbow. You click that, and now every one of your prompts are just going to default to Midjourney version 7. So if you're getting annoyed like I am about forgetting to write Niji 7 at your prompts, then that's an easy way to do it. So let's go ahead and see what we got here. Okay. So with the I need to add that to this one really quick. And then we are good. All right. Aha, there it is. And you can see that it's largely replicating the original image right now because it is just describing the character right now. So we need to give it a scene, we need to give it a location, we need to give all sorts of details that will flesh out our first moment with this character. So let's say that she is a desert voyager on a ship that sails on sand. I don't know what the lore for this character is. There is certainly going to be plenty of it inside of each one of the character portal entries. You're more than welcome to dig into it. The more you adhere to the lore of that character, the more likely it's going to be used whenever we create comics or videos, animes, that kind of thing. So just keep in mind that it's a good idea to read through the character portal entry. But I'm going to describe what I think it would be cool to see for her doing. A desert voyager on a ship that sails on sand. Let's just say there are adobe homes. Let's do huts in the desert nearby, and I'll do the classic anime screen cap depicting. Just to give us a little extra spice in there, and then I'll submit this. We probably want to lower that image weight even more because we are getting a lot of character sheet looking results off of this result here. So we'll probably be lowering the image weight to accommodate for that. I see one of Lolo's comics are here. Has it started yet? Yes, it's live now. The show is live now. No, Niji is live. I see. That's very cute. And we got some videos. Let's see what we get. Ooh. Oh, look at the way the shading in the hood works. That's awesome. Okay, yeah, that back of the head is freaking neat. Cool. Roxy. I see some Roxy going down. Eating with fancy culinary tweezers. Yes, exactly. Okay. So let's see. Okay, yes, we're getting our result here. We're definitely going to lower the image prompt, and you'll see why I say that so quickly. It is very much dominating with the character on the front in the middle of the shot. So this is going to be where we make these tweaks to adjust the prompt here. So let's take a look. So you see, out of all 4 results, it's still adhering to the image prompt, and it's more adding the context of what I've written around the character. So let's now hit reroll here, or this edit button here, and we're going to remix this. And we're going to remix it to say that this is going to have a lower image weight. So let's do 0.2. And then I'm going to say that she is actually somewhere on the ship. So hopefully we can push her around a little bit in the scene. So anime screen cap depicting instead of the desert voyager, I'm going to say that it's depicting the ship and that she's on it. So anime depicting a ship that sails on sand in a wide open desert. Basically, if you consider it adhering to the beginning to end of prompts, it tends to favor what's at the beginning of the prompt significantly. That part hasn't changed very much. So we can do depicting a ship that sails on sand. The captain of the ship is actually we'll just have her be later in the prompt, and we'll go from there. At the helm is a short, spiky-haired, orange and amber eyes. It's amber. Okay, girl. I'm just say girl with amber eyes, and there we go. That should do the trick. Roxy the Potion Princess. She can't wait to just eat that. Oh, is this some video stuff we got going? No, region edits. Okay. I'm so happy that the region edits are back. That's awesome.
Just just the quality.
What did you edit here, actually? Can you describe what you edited here? Oh, it's her necklace.
I removed. Yes, I removed like the belt and the necklace that went around her shoulder.
I see, yeah, and like her collar is slightly different in these. Okay, yeah, region
Yes.
edit works. That's awesome, and we'll be getting into the editor, the website editor, particularly here in a minute. But, all right, we're getting better results here. Let's take a look.
Oh God, I will have to spend so much time at it.
Yeah.
Now that it's out, I can make stuff with it.
It's so good. Yeah, this is awesome. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna put this video up real quick because that's a good one. Okay. All right, now we have her on the helm of the ship, like, you know, and it's still very much dominating that we have her being center of frame. So let's lower the image weight even more. But it is certainly true that we're getting a lot more of what I've written everywhere else, right? And we might want to show the back of her at the first, and then show the front later on. So we'll probably use a different image weight later, or sorry, an image prompt. But let's go ahead and drop this even more. I think 0.1 is the lowest, but I'm going to go with 0.5. I'm going to go even lower than 1. Or 0.1, sorry. I know back on like I believe version 4 or version 5 maybe, that you could go like ridiculously like low, but I don't think it actually read those numbers as that low, like 0.00001 for example. But I'm curious what this does at 0.05. It'd probably default to 0.1, but an anime's crew kept depicting a giant wooden structure walking across the desert with wooden legs and sails, with a large marketplace and building on top of it, a small glowing gemstone at the center, a spherical magical sphere around it made of buzzing blue energy. Yep, that's that. That is awesome. And putting this to animation is gonna look so sick. Like any of these sort of like crab walking, like I did this during the Halloween stream. We had a house that like picks itself up on like giant legs and starts walking through a graveyard. It's so impressive what it can do when it comes to animating this sort of stuff. Oh wow, too much goth overload, goth kawaii character. Oh yeah, no, that's awesome. There's so many things I want to be able, because we could easily take one of these characters and be like, oh, I love this. I love this goth character here. Let's go ahead and I love the skulls that are in her hair here, so we could use her in the meantime, and just right click, copy image address, and we could start using her as an image prompt. She does have a bit of a snaggle tooth on the bottom there. I don't think that'll replicate, so let's just go ahead and use that real quick. And say that what's a famously goth statement? What is the most goth thing that you guys can say that isn't going to get me in trouble? Type it in chat here, and I'll post it as the text. Who would have thought Victor would look like a goth character? Oh my god, who would have thought? I'm not a clown.
The night is my only friend.
Whatevs. Whatevs. Let's say a speech bubble that reads, "I'm not a clown. It's not a phase, Mom." All right, yeah, I'm doing all these, and then a second panel depicting her saying, in a second speech bubble. I'm switching up my wording a little bit here, but because we are doing a taller, like multiple panels here, let's actually encourage a better result with an aspect ratio. Aspect ratio definitely does affect the final result, especially if you're like intending to make it, like, it doesn't just arbitrarily cut things off. Like it really helps to have the right aspect ratio for your intention. So if you plan on making something for video, it's a good idea to do 16:9 if it's modern video. If you want to do something for legacy video, 4:3, right? Things like that. So let's do AR 4.5 to be like a graphic novel. And then, and I should have Niji 7 on by default now. So I should be able to just submit this, but I'm going to do an image weight of 0.2 and then go from there. The next thing we're going to be getting into, I think, is style references, as well as the style creator. But I see that we already have some walking going on. Yes, I love that. Yeah, look at this. I mean, that's just nuts. Look at how the desert moves on the top right one. Look, the desert is like cutting through the ground, like it's almost like a
Yeah.
blender. That is awesome.
Bottom right is almost perfect animation.
Right? Yeah.
It
Look
even
at that.
drags like upscale
Yeah, yeah.
EU4.
I'm gonna upscale you
Um,
for
and
sure. I didn't
it
notice that.
even drags the sand behind on the left side.
Look at that. Just look at how it spins and drags that sand. That's insane. The only
Yeah.
thing that's really giving us trouble with this is the fact that the glowing particles, which is normal. Anything with a particle effect, I tend to recommend that you rely on Midjourney Video to emit those particles as opposed to starting with the image because it's hard to interpret what just random dots on the image are meant for. But if you say, all right, there's a gem that's here, and then say in the Midjourney video, the gem is emitting a blue particle effect, then you're going to get far more. You're not going to get this static particle like you see here. But okay, here we go. So this is I'm not a clown. It's a phase, mom. There you go. We got now. Let's adhere. Let's make her character adherence a little higher by increasing the image weight and see if we can get away with this one. I'm gonna go with 0.8 this time. Now earlier I did a prompt that involved a ridiculously low image weight. Let's see, New Blady doing some fun. Oh, hey, it kind of reminds me of Betty Boop. I could say that. But it is certainly true that I am liking a lot of the what you guys are doing. Oh my god, here we go. Point oh five image weight. I don't know if that works necessarily, but it is working for me right now.
It's a good range. It's a
Point
good
oh
range.
five.
In testing, I found out that everything between point 0.3 to point 0.7 is really good. Like that's the range if you input an image and want to keep the character but change everything around it. Point 0.5 is of course in the middle. It's a little bit on the lower side.
Well, I'm doing
So if you-
0.05. I'm even low. I would like.
0.05. Holy, okay, that's
Yeah.
interesting. I
Yeah,
didn't try that one.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it sticks to just one as the 0.1 is the lowest or not, but it is certainly working for me. So let's go ahead and upscale that one. We have the third one upscaled. That's awesome. We have the huts, we have the desert, we have, and the only thing that's missing is the helm, which is actually in a different image. So let's grab that one too. Yep, there we go. All right. So if we look at the second one here, it's like she's at the helm of the ship. That's awesome. Awesome. So yeah, image weights are immensely important this time around, guys. I want to see what you guys play with that. We're going to be digging through all your prompts here and checking out all this cool. Oh my god, just Roxy kicking ass with that knife. All right, so let's.
Yeah.
I'm not a mom. Oh god. But yeah, with the higher image weight, let's see how it handled that on the goth girl. There it is, I think. Yep. This is the one with 0.8. I'm not a clown. It's a phase mom. Yeah, and you can see that we are definitely pushing it a bit by going with 0.8 versus something a little lower. But let's check out now what you guys are able to do with style references. All right. So, I see some stuff from Fungi Mancer. Hey, Fungi Mancer, good to see you, man. He's got his crystal caverns and some pretty sick art. The idea of an underground upside down city made of like crystals is just insane to me.
Yeah.
This is gonna look so
We need-
freaking good.
Yeah, we need to make this a thing. Fungimancer, I demand you to put that in the character portal. We need to expand that. I love the idea of having that.
Upside down skyscrapers in a cavern, just insane. I love it. I think what's really cool about this, by the way, like it looks like it's a library, right? Is that in the prompt? Actually, it probably is. Yep, a mystical library, ancient mystical library. Now, I'm going to derail just for a half second, guys, in order to animate in high motion. Because I have remix mode, it lets me edit the prompt. So I'm just going to come into here, and I'm going to say that this is a, let's do, instead of an anime screen cap at the beginning, I'm going to say that this is A wide angle drone shot as we enter the structure of an upside. This lets us explore imagery in ways that we just didn't have the ability to do before. Like being able to like go inside buildings and things like that, see what's around the corner of our images. That's what the video model really does for me a lot. Is I just get so many great image prompts and so many great references. So let's let that run. It's going to take a little bit because of the video, but are the pixels tighter and thus picking up more? It looks so good. Let's see here. Oh, Desert Warrior Woman, calm and cool, but ready to fight, subtly smug. This is from Golem as well. There you go. Cool. Oh, Noob Lady's here. Hey, Noob. An undead mermaid queen with a crown made of whale vertebrae in a bioluminescent cave system. Ooh, that's sick. Let's try that with Raw. So, and then we'll get into style references. I keep saying it, but I'm going to get into it next. Hyphen Raw. Raw is going to let us bounce around a little bit outside of the anime aesthetic, but still keep. I don't know. It's weird. Rapsy, can you explain Raw? You probably have a lot more experience with Raw than I do.
Yes. This version of Raw is actually different. At least I feel like it's very different to what we're used to. Like when you used Raw in the past, it was more like disabling kind of beautification. I wouldn't say it's doing this in Niji 7 particularly, because the images you're gonna get are still highly it's just insanely good. But what it does is that it unlocks you from the standard Niji 7 style. And this allows Niji 7 to do way more things than you would expect it to do. I need to grab some prompts to show it a little bit later. I just need to search for it because I actually lost access to the page where I developed some of these. But it's crazy. Like from sketchy animation, like preview drafts, to blueprints, to pencil colored worlds. You can do so much with it that is illustrative if you unlock it from the standard style that it has. It's still gonna do it pretty good if you don't use Raw, but using Raw for me personally has become a superpower of the model, and you should try it out. Try it with different types of drawing styles. Try it with camera shots. Try it with all kinds of stuff. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. It blew my mind.
And like I haven't spent much time with it, so I'll be very curious to see what you guys do with Raw. I will say that this whole chasm thing, the drone shot, worked great. Look at us zooming in, exploring this upside down like skyscraper library. That's so friggin' neat. There are ways that we can extend this as well, but I'm gonna get into style references next because there's just so much cool potential here. But you could see with the Raw, we were able to get a little bit of pop art, a little bit of realism. There's certainly something going on that's unique. Like look at the bottom right one. Like that's just sick. Definitely on the potential of like black metal art and all that. Ooh, anime screen cap monsters with way too many legs, darkness creeping in, and strings of nightmare evolving. That's from Rhapsody here.
I'm gonna run one thing with Raw that I had prepared.
Okay.
It's gonna probably run 10 different prompts. Yes, you will see what I mean. Is it prompting it?
Let's see.
It's not. Dismiss message. Oh, 1 second.
Yeah, no worries. I see Ancient is throwing out a whole bunch of random sref codes for us.
There it comes.
AC, that wasn't even Niji. Let's see here. Yeah. All good. We're gonna get a Niji blast here now. Niji 7, a bunch of examples of sref codes. At least somewhere. Oh no, wait. This is Rhapsodies is now processing. Okay. an illustrated view, side view of a skeleton knight walking in an orange giant desert with red spires, clear open sky, blue sky, and this is with Raw. Very cool. I mean, like you're definitely bouncing pretty far out of anime with this one, and it's looking really good. It still has that illustrative like look. It's not adhering strictly to the Niji 7 style, quote unquote. I ran those with Raw and I like it. Yeah. And then we have some more of the Crystal Cavern videos. Or is that an edit? Yes. It's a zoom out. Nice. You could also run zoom outs with video using an alpha channel as the starting frame, but we'll get that. That's advanced stuff. We'll get into that later.
Second.
Post-apocalyptic overgrown ruins, colored pencil drawings, waxy Prismacolor texture, layering of green and brown tones, visible pencil strokes, sketchpad aesthetic, vibrant foliage, details, hand-drawn realism. And then you ran this in Raw. Look at that.
Yeah, and there's a second set coming.
So, the being able to bounce out of that style, I think it would be the main thing, is that more of the medium is that you're writing is being, adhered to, as opposed to trying to stick to the Niji 7 aesthetic. Very, very useful, especially if you're going to be kind of branching out from that. Like, look at this, like the Victorian Goth lady portrait, same thing. We're getting a lot of that variety from Raw. Oh, nice. The Vigid woodcut etching. That's awesome. So yeah, Raw definitely has its purpose, especially if you feel like what Niji is giving you is kind of a lot of the same for your results. Try Raw. That's definitely a good way to go. But now that we got this, and there's so much from you guys. Oh my god. Now that we have this, I'm going to grab I'm going to go to the website really quick. And we're going to look at a couple of the styles that are here, because we could use those in combination with Niji 7 to really customize our experience with Midjourney and make it something that's for our project as well. That's what the style creator is going to let us do. But let's start with just a couple pre-made ones inside of the Explore page on the Midjourney website. So essentially what we could do is we don't have to adhere to any of the anime ones that are here. We could really pick any one of these. You're going to be looking at like the color palette, the art style, like that kind of stuff is what we're mostly looking at here. But I want to grab one that I feel like I could expand into like a complete series, a complete story. This one actually looks really promising to me. I just like the psychedelic colors and strong black contrasts that are in this one. So I'm going to click on the SRF code that's here. I'll just copy that, and I'm going to bring it to VC Create for you guys. So let's do /imagine. And we're going to add something that we do here a lot, and it's called a void prompt. A void prompt is essentially an empty prompt, and we do that by putting just two quotes, boop, boop. And then we put our SREF code, and our Niji 7 will go by default, so I'll just be submitting that in here. But what essentially happens with the void prompt is that it's going to let us learn a lot from what the SREF code is actually doing with the images. And then we can start to describe inside of it just to give us a good idea, a good starting point. Cosmic Magical Girl transformation sequence. Okay, yes, I know you guys are going down that route. It also didn't help that the official Niji 7 launch does feature a Magical Girl transformation.
That's one of my testing prompts, actually.
Good. But let's go ahead and see what we get off of this. Okay, here's the void prompt coming in. There it is. Almost done, and you could see how much it adheres to that style reference that we had pulled off. Okay, there we go. So there we go. It is sharing all the colors. It's very much still anime, aesthetic proportions, all that sort of stuff is being featured here. But now, what we can do is we can stay within this style and write any concept we want. Really, the void prompt in this use case is just to test out the SREF, but you could use it to explore entire worlds, as long as your SREF feels like consistent in your first result here. So this thing's very consistent to me. So why don't we say that this is let's just go first with an aspect ratio 16:9, just to get us something a little more cinematic. And I am going to say that this is a a because we done stuff in the desert. We done like I'm just with so much potential. I feel a little overloaded. Yeah, my serotonin receptors are lit up. Eden and I are in the same position mentally. I feel like. So let's just say that this is a cat got out of my apartment, and I don't know where he is. I'm just gonna go with that. We don't have any instruction of like what the medium is, what the context is. I just want to see what this gives us right off the bat. And then we'll start to hone in our intention. If you're going in with intention, right? Like you're going in going, I'm going to make a comic, I'm going to make a graphic novel, I'm going to make an anime, that kind of thing. It's a lot better to, at least in my opinion, to go to the style creator and start to form one yourself, or just pick one of the existing styles and just stick with that. It's a really easy way to immediately bypass a lot of the parameters and things that might be a bit overloading, especially if you're new to Midjourney. Just picking a style reference and leaning with that will help a lot. Keep your consistency, but I think I'm gonna love this. It's definitely reminding me of a few things. So let's see what we get here. Just a second. Kinky, do you want to do the prompt battle announcements? Seeing as we're getting close to 5. All right.
One moment,
Kinky's
please.
still here. There she is.
Yeah. And while she's getting ready here, look at that! Okay, we have an apartment, we have a cat, we have the foundations of our idea here. Yeah, she's eating pickles. But that's a very, very quick, easy, short way to get into style reference codes. We will show images after the prompt battles announcement. A graphic novel featuring a space colony where biotech experiments are tested. A young scientist that specializes in engineering is tinkering with a synthetic plant that can cleanse the air. She calls her assistive robot to bring her nutrients and water. A dynamic speech bubble reads, "Amazing how much this has grown." Ooh, that's pretty sick. I love the second one. The second one's insane because it's like
Yeah.
a fully active plant robot. Like imagine you gave a plant the ability to walk, talk, all that kind of stuff, and you put it in an atrium or like some sort of bio safety thing, and it essentially giving plants legs and arms. That's what I see here.
And a way to kill you.
And a way to kill you. Yes, exactly. Exactly. All right, let's see here. And I see Lolo Soon's going hard on Gigopolis. The Gigopolis prompts, I'm so curious to see what you end up doing with this, man. Gigopolis is a really fun series that you could catch right now on the Gnarly Studio server. So if you go to the Gnarly Studio server and scroll on down to ongoing series, you'll find all sorts of ongoing series from many creators here on Midjourney, and one of them is Gigopolis right here. So you could read Gigopolis right now if you just go to it. Now, don't leave the server, but definitely go check this out. I'm gonna link it for you guys so you have it. Copy message link and read Gigopolis here.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
what we are usually doing after these shows, I'm going to just announce it right now until Kinky is ready, is the show after the show. So when we finish this stream here and you want to come in a voice channel, hang around with the huge community we have by now, talk to us directly and get our input or ask questions or whatever, then you can do that in the show after this stream here ends. It's still a while to go, but we're going to do this. We're also going to do game nights on Thursdays, that's the word. And we are having some jam sessions where everybody just hangs around and works on their own thing, and we're just accompanying each other on Wednesdays. So there's a lot to discover for you guys on our Gnarly Studio server, besides all the ongoing series and the comics and the playoffs that each other is prompting. It's a free space for AI creation and all kinds of stuff. So if you want to make your own comic, or if you want to participate in a shared world, or if you want to learn more about movie making with AI assistants, get over there.
Yeah. Yeah, do it. It's a really
And
fun
I'm
way to
back.
chat. All right, Kiki, we're ready for you.
I'm so sorry about that. You should know that if you're ever waiting for a phone call all day, it will come exactly when you need it not to.
Yep, yep.
Um, my son's doctor. But so yes, I am. I'm here to talk to you guys today about prompt battles. Prompt battles is an event that we do every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, for 8 hours a day. I think you should come by and play it with us, honestly, because I don't know if you like fast hours, and I don't know if you like using a Niji and Midjourney and stuff like that. But more access to it is never a bad thing, right? You can win free fast hours. You learn how to prompt outside of your wheelhouse. We'll probably be doing some stuff with Niji this weekend, um, as if we wouldn't. But also, you get to meet new people and meeting people at our age. I'm not going to speak for you, but I'm like in my 40s. Is not always necessarily easy. So you get to meet people that are on the same wavelength, have the same kind of hobbies. We listen to music. We do all kinds of stuff. And I think you should come and join us because it's a great friggin' time. And we do it on Saturdays from 10 a.m. I'm sorry, from 3:30 p.m. Eastern to 9 p.m. Eastern. And then on Sundays we go from 10 a.m. Eastern to 7 p.m. Eastern. I think you should come join us. It would be great. The reason why we do it at that like fragmented schedule is so that everybody can get a shot at coming in and playing with us. And yeah, I guess that's what I gotta tell you.
All
And
right.
I hope you guys have a great day. And if it hasn't been great, I hope it gets better for you. I'm gonna get off the mic now.
All right, thank you
Bye
so
bye.
much, Kiki. Appreciate that. And yeah,
Thank you.
definitely go to prompt battles. It's a lot of fun. Definitely gets you out of your wheelhouse, that's for sure. And yeah, I have a lot of fun with it too. I would recommend that what we get into next is we are going to take a prompt from Senior Carlos here. A rogue thief jumping between rooftops at night, flowing scarf, dynamic motion lines, anime style, detailed cityscape below. Okay? So right now it's a Niji 7 prompt. But we can also use an image as the style reference, because earlier we used a style reference code, which we grabbed off the website. This was the style that we had picked. But if I use an image instead, and I actually have an image prepared here, let's go with this one here. This is actually from our fantasy series featuring Gnome and her dragon named Larry. I'm going to use this image as the style reference and copy address here. And then we're just going to re-roll this, and I'm going to add a new parameter, for at least a new parameter for some of you guys here, is sref. Then we'll paste that into here. So it's not a code, it's just an image. But we also have the ability to add a weight to this. So we will determine how much influence we want from this image. And I choose this image specifically because it tends to force every character to have elf ears in some way. So it lets me show you the power of this style weight. At least that's what I'm going to assume. No shrimps were harmed in the making of this image. Are you kidding? You freaking boiled them. Yes. Yes, this is exactly what I want in terms of humor from you guys. That's great. But they weren't harmed. No, you killed them very quickly, I guess. I think being boiled alive is harmful, okay? Uh, oh, we safely euthanized the shrimp before boiling. Okay, let's take a look here. In terms of the style reference here, let's first take a look at the original, just so you guys have it in your memory. And you can see that in terms of the dynamics of this, the style does vary. In fact, the color palette is what varies the most from all four of these. They all have that Niji 7 aesthetic, but there's a different color palette. There's a different composition in each one of these images. But if I now go to the style reference version of it, now we are seeing something that feels a lot more like like an animated like frame from a film, because we're adhering to what's inside of the style weight. So you can see we've got some anthropomorphics and stuff, because there's nothing describing an anthropomorphic character in this. Just a rogue thief, right? So if we go ahead and now re-roll this, and we add a parameter called SW, which is style weight, what that's going to do is let us control how much influence this sref has. You can do this with the codes too, but essentially, I believe 100 is the default. So let's go for like 35. We'll just drop it to something a little less than half, so we get a little closer to what we had earlier. But we adhere a lot, at least more to this than what we had. I'm very curious to see what we get off of this. Yes, I troll for you, already digging into some Phantasma image prompts as well. Very cool. That's our fantasy series that we're all working on together in the Gnarly Studio server. Let's take a look here. This is all right. It's still rendering here. Definitely not addicted to Niji. There you go. It's cute. Oh yeah, and so when it comes to like doing video prompts with these, by the way, it's really helpful for getting character turnarounds, like complex character turnarounds. So right now I could take one of these characters, for example. Let's take the third one here. I probably should have selected the third. It's got this floaty thing next to him. That's the, yeah. Let's go ahead and do a quick region edit. We can now come into here, hit the lasso tool, and just come in and select this little thing here, because I know that's going to screw up what I want to show you guys next. I'm just going to highlight it and submit it. It'll probably just delete it. But let's see. Okay, and this is the one where we applied the style weight. So we still have that color palette that's consistent from our reference, but now we have a little more influence from the default Niji style. And style weight really helps us calibrate the style references that we use, especially since you don't have to feature any of the characters or any of the things that are featured in your image from your style reference. It'll take like rules like the line art, the color, the color balance, things like that. That's looked at much more closely by the style reference, as opposed to using image weight, which tries to more honestly replicate the image that you're looking at, or that you've provided. So let's take a look. Okay, so this is our region edit here. I just want one to click. You can see just by highlighting and resubmitting, I was able to just delete things. So let's just get the second one here. And what I want to show you guys is that we can do a quick video turnaround with this Niji 7 character. So let's go ahead and hit animate on low motion. Low motion tends to work a little better for this. And we're going to delete everything in the prompt except for the low motion. And I'm going to write a 3D model turnaround. In fact, let's include a little bit of context, because this is not a fully human person; it's a bird person, right? So we need an anthropomorphic ferret. He's more like a duck, more like a bird, but let's just include that as well. So we hit animate low motion, and then I'm going to say that this is a 3D model turnaround of a anthro ferret with a sword, right? That should work. A prompt wears a bird mask, wooden bird mask. Okay, there we go. Let's anthro ferret with sword, and let's just do anthro bird mask, wearing a wooden bird mask. There we go. This is bouncing off of a tutorial that Golden posted to the knowledge base inside of Gnarly Studios, where you can go ahead and make dynamic 3D turnarounds of characters. So you could find that inside of the knowledge base here. Let's go ahead and go into knowledge resources, knowledge base. Click the knowledge base, and you'll see that we have using video to create turnarounds. And this is essentially what we're doing with this character, is that we are going to start off with a image, and then we will end up with a 3D turnaround where we could take individual frames from this turnaround and be able to cast our character from all sorts of angles, which is incredibly important with image weights, especially, or image prompts. But let's go ahead now and bouncers. Just the first thing I see is Nia chugging one of Roxy's potions. It's perfect. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, we're getting our video turnaround here. You can see it's doing what I want it to do. I want to get this character from all angles in order to be able to use it as a reference. So if I want a profile picture of this bird talking to another character, or did I say bird? A ferret wearing a bird mask. If I want a profile shot of that character talking to another character that in this very specific pose, I can use these turnarounds to establish that. So let's take a look at what we got here. Incredible. Just already incredible. Incredible. The first one's perfect. Let's just go with that. Okay. I will download this video. We can do this inside of the Midjourney website too. It is native in the website. But I'm going to just use Chrome to show you guys this right now. What we could do is we could pick a particular frame by sliding through the timeline here. So I like this one a lot. It really shows off the silhouette of the flower or the leaf at the end of the sword, and the profile shape is really well defined here. So now I can right click on this, hit copy frame, copy video frame, and then I can now just paste that into a Discord chat, and boom, I have a profile of this character now as a reference that I can use as an image prompt. You know, and yeah, it's just amazing what you can do with Midjourney Video to really flesh out your characters, flesh out your scenes, and just make it whole. Like it's awesome. I see some Veridril stuff happening here too. That's awesome.
You also have to remember, like the video model of Midjourney was made by the Niji team, and they made it extra good for these animation type things because that's what they also like. So it works really well. You can prompt an image about a scene you want and then move the camera inside of it to a different angle, to a different position by just prompting it like fly there, the camera goes there, we move into the room or whatever, and then get more reference images from that to use in your prompts.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, even just saying orbit, like orbit around a character is enough. You don't even have to do the turnaround 3D model thing. You could just say I want to orbit this scene or whatever, and it will do a really good job giving you or at least hallucinating it from all different angles. We have a prompt from Enid coming through that says, "Just one more Niji 7 prompt." Oh my god.
It's never gonna stop. You're gonna be here for hours.
Yeah. Good night, Janice.
I think I have to say this differently. So, like this.
Okay.
You're gonna be here for hours. No, sleepy. No.
Just this one here. This is the one that I want to show. Just one more DG7 prompt. Oh my god. And this is so good. All right. Let's go ahead and continue this a little bit here. Now that we have explored the very basics of style reference, and how to control it with weights, we can now combine the two to create a completely custom style off of an existing image, using the style creator. So I've done that here actually. With this result right here, I ran the image that we had as the style reference, but I also ran a code that we have found to work really, really well for doing a clean line anime aesthetic with version 7. So with that, we get some really cool results. We get some really cool stuff off of this combo. So I will also link that to you guys. Copy. And we're going to do this with job ID. So if you are bringing a prompt from one Discord server to another, for example, and you want your friends to mess with it or anything like that, you can share it with the job ID. So we're going to go to copy and then job ID. And then inside of whatever channel you want to share it in, we're going to type /show and then paste that. And that's going to let us be able to bring one prompt from one server to another. and you guys can now start messing with this. I like this result a lot just because I could easily see just Victor looking at this and going, "Why is my sword so small? Why did who?" And just going. I'm just having too much fun with using image prompts and style references with DG7 now. It's just so fun. But
The amazing thing
ahead.
is you can transfer over your style references and style codes from version 7. They just work.
yeah, the only thing that doesn't is move
So
notes right now.
I'm just running one of the SRF codes we have shown off in one of our last streams right now, which made already incredible anime on version 7. I'm just curious what comes out of this, but it should adhere to it pretty well. I'm stuck right now. I wanted to show it while I was talking about it.
Can't
it
sleep.
might
Must
be that
deep.
the announcement we just got through the whole server is going to impact the servers a little bit.
Yeah. We might see a little bit of slowdowns and things from people just clamoring to test out EG7 for themselves. This is such a good result. My God, the moon in the eye and everything, like that's insane. I feel like this character is about to go through a transformation of sorts. Who knows? But let's take another character from the character portal, and we'll keep messing with this with every new parameter or every parameter that has been introduced with Niji 7. We have almost all of them, so it's going to be a while for us to dig through all this, but that's what we're here for. We're here to get you guys going, getting started with a good foot on Niji 7. So let's go ahead and get to our character portal here. And I'm gonna grab another character here. Let's do last stream we did Phaedra Espior. She was a lot of fun to play with, but I want to come in and grab someone else. Let's see. We saw Yona.
Junctor.
Junctor. Ooh, Junctor would be fun. Yeah, let's do that. There's Junctor right here. Junctor is a fun robot character with a anime companion, so this will be a fun one to dig into. And also, Junctor has a lot contributed to him. This is going to be some fun here. Let's take the one with the background just so we get the entire environment in our reference as well. I'm going to right-click, hit copy image address, and then let's go ahead and paste it. /imagine. And then paste the image. And now we go back to the character portal in order to see any sort of descriptions that might help. So a robot with one large eye as a head is the prompt. And there's plenty of like CREF codes, a couple OREF codes later on, but I think this will be enough to describe them. So let's go ahead and paste that into there. Oops, I didn't copy the prompt, I guess. Copy. Paste. Okay. Robot with one large eye as a head. So let's say that what he's doing. What should Junctor be doing here? I'm going to set the aspect ratio to 16:9. I freaking love this so much. What is it? Let's take a look. Oh, yes. This GIF from Enid is so damn cute. Yes. But I'm going to say that this is this robot with one large eye as a head is is arm wrestling with a brunette anime girl with brown with a white shirt. I think that's his companion character. So let's take a look. I just want to confirm. Forgot what her name is here. Here she is. White shirt and short shorts. Let's go with that. And short shorts. Okay. That should be good. Let's submit this. And if we feel like we have an image here that we really, really like want to keep replicating the style, like we have our our Western style, we could take this and then add that on as a style reference on top of the image weight. So I'll do that as well. This will make a slightly more gritty version of our prompt that we had earlier. So --sref and then paste that sref. And now I'm just going to copy the entire prompt that is currently processing for Junctor here and just paste that at the front. And we'll submit it. Let's see what we get off of these. Hi, everybody. I know there's a lot of new people here. Thank you all so much for coming.
Yeah.
It's a real big crowd here. Thank you all so much. Just because we do have a bunch of new people that are coming in, I want to do a little intro. My name is Victor Gnarly. I'm a former visual effects artist for Adult Swim shows like Robot Chicken and Moral Oral, and a bunch of others. But now I'm doing cool stuff with you guys here. I just loved all this. I love digging into all the potential that we have here. But I'm joined here with Rhapsody
Hi.
and Kinky and Ancient as well from Midjourney.
Howdy.
So if you guys got any questions, feel free to use VC Text in order to chat with us. You'll find it just above the stage here. VC Text and VC Create. So VC Text is where you can chat with us and you can see you can say hi YouTube, because everything we do here uploads to YouTube, and Twitch. But you can say that inside of VC Text, or you can start prompting with us inside of VC Create. It's a really fun way to collaborate and make new things together. So I hope to see you prompting in there. So let's take.
And don't be shy. Say at least hi. And if you have any questions, really don't hesitate at all to ask them. It doesn't matter if we already answered them. We're happy to go over everything again. If you have the questions.
Yeah, absolutely. Write in VC Text anything that you guys want to ask us. We're more than happy to answer it for you. But you can see here off of the initial result, this is why remix mode is important to have on. So if you go to /settings, you can switch your model. You can input a couple useful buttons here and there. But the number one I actually recommend you guys doing is turning on remix mode, because that's going to let us be able to come in and edit these prompts based on the results that we get. So notice here, the girl is sometimes wearing Junctor's red cape. That means that I've learned something from this result. I need to actually reiterate that that Junctor is wearing that red cape. So with one large eye as a head, wearing a red cape. Red fabric cape. The robot is arm wrestling with the brunette anime girl with white short with white shirt and short shorts. I'm kind of honing in one character at a time using a prompt like this, and then we will end up with something. What? The Lizzie. This is so damn cute. Okay, like I cannot get over the sass, and I mean at any time that I'm seeing like coffee smoke, cigarette smoke, that kind of thing, it just looks so cool when it's animated. When it's all drawn like this, it's so freaking neat. I love that. Let's see here. Anime Screen Crab, a group of random fantasy characters exploring the junk world. Yeah. I Troll for You is about to his junk world's about to get way more populated. That is awesome. All right, my render is still processing here. Niji 7 might be a little slower for you guys just because it's a new model, or a lot of people are clamoring to use it. So just be patient with us if there's anything that in terms of any delays or anything like that. But I'm just look what the band is about to play. What is the band about to play? I don't get it. Looks like a band about to play. Oh, okay. I've been putting video refs and questions in wrong places all this time. Dope. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's pretty easy when it's just all the text here to get a little confused. So I will recommend that you guys use the website in order to get at least a little more visual control of what you're doing in your prompts. So just to show you a really quick run through of the website. The main benefit of the site is that there's a lot of drag and drop capabilities. There's a lot of easy ways to reference your previous prompts. So if I say, for example, go into organize here, I can go back to any one of my previous prompts very quickly and just say, hey, I like this battle that we had here. I'm going to use that as a style reference. And then I'm going to just describe like a golem, a giant golem enters the fantasy battle. And that easy. I could just grab images super quick and be able to iterate off the website. It's so much, and it's also, there's no middleman. The Discord acts kind of like a middleman, and it sometimes can add a little bit of time to giving you your images. So by using the website, we could just drag and drop. We could just bypass that entirely and just get raw Midjourney right to us. And look at that. That's all right. That's so freaking neat. So now what I can do is I can easily just take these images. I can easily start messing with different models, so on and so forth. So let's go ahead now and take a look. My partner would love this image because she loves images with grotesque teeth and grotesque eyes. Like that's what she loved, drawing big open gaping mouths and creepy eyes. So this is right up her alley, Enid. Let's take a look here, and we're getting into the comic panels here. We'll get into that here in a minute. Okay, all right, look at that. We're already so much closer to Junk Tour just off of this. It is kind of like the idea of an arm wrestle with a giant robot. Tiffany is trying to understand that, but I think we got pretty close with this fourth one. So we should just be able to do variations and then be able to get something that we could input our characters back in, particularly the female character here, because we don't have any references for her except for what's written. So variation subtle will preserve the composition to its best ability, and variation strong will change the composition almost completely, keeping other aspects of the image in mind. But yeah, just the combination of what's this? Let's take a look at the soda drinking here. What is the prompt first? I love the second one, but what's the prompt? Comic panels of a shark-toothed delinquent boy with messy teal hair, bandaged knuckles, sleeveless black hoodie. He is biting open a glowing energy drink with his teeth. Over the top reaction, dynamic splash. Niji 7 raw, and then an SREF code. Yeah. The second one is quite literally it. Like, it's more like he's grossed out by it. Like, oh yeah, give me that new thirst quencher, whatever, 3000, and then, oh my god, it's disgusting. That's great. Yeah.
No, I was just also laughing.
It's a good one. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And the exaggerated teeth would have been so hard to do in earlier versions of Niji to get this sort of like exaggerative cartooning. Like at least having a history with entertainment, cartooning, stop motion, all that kind of stuff. One of the things that has been always a really big struggle is understanding what an off-model character is. It like we want to be able to recognize the character, but we don't always want it to be the exact same image, exact same proportions, exact same perspectives. This, I can tell that these are the same character panel to panel, but he doesn't have a giant beak mouth in the first panel. That's going off-model for the sake of comedy, right? And that's what Niji 7 can handle really, really well. Is the idea of just varying off course enough to be funnier but still recognizable. It just does a great job at doing that. So I love that. All right, and now with the variation subtles, we are much closer to getting something I feel like we could actually use. You know what I mean? Like this second or the fourth one here are pretty good. We would just need to do some in-painting on the head in order to get the eyeball back. But yeah, I mean, it's you could definitely do, like the foundations of multiple characters, but it's still a bit of a long ways to get that solid. So I really recommend sticking to one character at a time and start compositing results based on using the same style reference. Yeah, that's fun. Sinking into a ocean of creepy eyeballs. The fourth one makes me giggle. Oh, anime screen cap, epic scale explosion. A completely black shadow of a woman with wings and feathers on top of her hair is very small, centered in the image. Motion blur, bokeh. What is bokeh exactly? Raps.
Bokeh is the colorful circles you sometimes get on photographs if the sun reflects on the lens.
Got it.
It's a really cool effect to just ground the camera in a scene.
Nice.
It sometimes works with Niji. It's not as prevalent in anime in general, but when it happens, when it's done well, I feel like it adds a lot of cinematic feeling to the shot. And I specifically prompted these explosions just to show off how awesome Niji 7 and how literal Niji 7 takes words. And still adds details that you would usually see. Like I added the mid-action sequence smear frame in that prompt, and that is exactly what we are getting. It's mid-action, it's neither the start or the end, and everything is kind of smeared. We have the black silhouette in all 4 of the results. And yeah, with these shots, you can create keyframes that then can become ongoing animations, and it's really awesome at doing this. If you become really literal in your descriptions and your points where you want the key, in your timeline points where you want the keyframe to happen that you're about to craft, it can do it. And I can now use one of these images. I'm already animating one just to see what happens. But we can use these as an image prompt again to also prompt for the start and the end of the explosion, for example.
Right. I do want to point out that Potato Propagator shared this can orbit, which the word pirate is spelled wrong on this, but it is funny to see just how well it handles the gravity of this with the Midjourney video. That's awesome. Okay, all right, let's see here. We have a bunch of cool falling with gravity images here. Is this raw? No. Okay, it's just style 1000. You can set the stylize to 1000. It tends to do this overtly, just overtly complicated. I call it overproduction. When it just goes hard on so many things to the point where the style is kind of hard to read, but you could tell that there's just a lot of complexity to it. I try to avoid pushing it up too high because I feel like I lose a little bit of my identity the higher that number goes. At least over 850 or so, I avoid it because it just feels like not mine, or at least not what I usually make. So to each their own though. Yes, and here's the more exploding cans comic. That's great. Oh, you got Junctor in there with the remix strong. That's awesome. Look at the eye, well represented. The even her holding the hand here, and the second one's pretty damn good. I like it. Okay, a 3-panel action comic sequence, cinematic composition, and then a description panel to panel to panel for my troll for you. What's the style reference that you've included with this one? With a screwed up version of my profile picture. That's great. That's awesome. So you can see just how much influence that original image has to create the final result that's here. We could even drop the style weight a little bit just to get a little more of that what is it, that red back in the eyes, so on and so forth. But let's go for at this point, I'm thinking that we should probably start digging into some of the other style references that we can get into, but also the editor on the website. So, we're able to take any one of these compositions and basically say, hey, start adding stuff to it. So let's go to the editor here. Now, when we hit edit on the website, we actually get the ability to not just easily change the canvas size or anything like that, but we could also use Niji 7 to do these edits here. So if I come in and say that this is a speech bubble that reads, "Why is it so tiny?" and then hit submit. The thing is that by default, any of these edits are going to preserve, at least with the website, it's going to preserve what your image prompt is and what your style reference is. We actually don't want those because there's already so much data that's inside of our image. We don't really need to reiterate what the style is or what the image prompt is. In fact, it's going to try to shove Victor back into that because of the image prompt. So we get rid of both of these and then hit submit. And we can now compare the two here. So why is it so tiny? You can see that out of all these here, I think this is probably the best one here. We did get a reiteration of the in it, but it lets us to be able to do quick edits like this, and we don't have to use any of the existing editor tools. Like we don't have to upload from URL or upload an image, that kind of thing. We could just do it straight from our bar here. Okay, let's go for, now that we've gone through very basics of the editor here. I'm curious from you guys if there's anything that you all want us to explore. Maybe a specific genre, maybe a tool that you haven't used yet. I'm very curious to hear from you guys. So please use VC Text to mention something here. Do you have anything, Raps, right off the bat that you want to show off?
Oh, I have something for people to try out, and that is posing, because Niji 7 is extremely good at following poses, doing handstands, especially yoga poses, fighting stances, and that on. So you can just take a character description and put the pose you want behind it. I want to see 100 characters making poses.
Yeah. Did you want to take over the screen for that one, or what do you want to do for it?
No, it's just a general tip.
Okay.
I guess that I need to search. Also, my PC is burning right now a little bit. I don't know why, but everything is stuttering in it. I don't think I can take over the screen right now. It would be a terrible experience for everybody.
All good. All good. And afterward as well.
Wonderful world of stuff is writing. I want to talk about explore detection within fight scenes, sports, dancing, fighting, as per videos above. Oh yeah. Fighting scenes, posing. Yep, that's exactly what we can do.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I see what you're talking about here.
Yeah. See, prompt example. I had one that was very simple.
Yeah, the what is it? Posted earlier to show auto detection of collision avoidance with video creation. What do you think are the new image better depth of control separation and separate part of this? Sure, we are getting magical disappearing and appearing swords, but check out the edge detection, clothing motion for high motion. It's impressive. Video loves those crisp edges that Niji 7 is creating. Low motion, the collision detection is wicked. And bottom, low motion, great weapon strike avoidance, clothing flow. Sword goes weird at end, but wow. Yeah, I mean like we said, the Midjourney video model is built by the Niji guys, so it makes sense that all that looks clean. But it's the edge detection is crazy good using Niji 7 images. Absolutely. I think that's really what it's coming down to, is that it's something I noticed when I was running Midjourney videos, is that my preferred art aesthetic, illustrative, whether it's anime or Western style, just works really well with Midjourney. It's not a surprise to me that it just looks so cleanly. Now, so what is the new option? Top of video RGX or RTX video? What is? I don't know what you're talking about there. Let's see here.
I know. Top of video. Oh, this thing, yeah. You're probably using Opera as a browser. And Opera has kind of an image beautification feature for any video you're watching, which is RGX. It's basically just putting kind of a filter on your video so it looks better. But it's not an MJ thing.
Yeah, no, it's not MJ. Yeah. So what I'm going to do now is, while you guys are more than welcome to make recommendations, but when it comes to like the edge detection and all that, like I find that Midjourney does a really good job at it, much better than some of the other video models I've messed with. That's for sure. But let's go ahead and go to our character portal here. We've done some fun stuff with Junctor already here. Now what I want to do, and I've featured Rolodex characters a lot on this stream, so I think maybe I want to try to branch out a little bit. Something a little more wild. Let's go
I have
for
something.
yeah.
I have a prompt that I found really wild. Oh, not a character or something. I just have a prompt. I'm gonna post the template in VC text for you guys to try out. Um. Da, da, da.
8-bit surreal video game workout demo screenshot. That's insane. What a combination of
16
sref codes.
Try this prompt here with your description of your action scene or your scene in mind that you want to see. I'm gonna be surprised how good this looks. It's basically storyboarding for you.
Okay, cinematic rough storyboard sketch. Your prompt here: loose gesture drawing, directional arrows indicating movement, frame borders, pencil construction lines, rapid visualization, dynamic composition. So I'm gonna add Victor's prompt to this and make a Victor version of it, because why not?
Yeah, and describe some kind of action.
Right. Yes, thank you for sharing that. Cool. All right, let's see here. Some kind of action. You got it. So let's say that we have my character description here, and then let's say that he is getting hit by a truck. He has tired eyes, but
You're gonna isekai yourself.
I'm gonna isekai myself. Yep. Let's just submit this and see what we get. Boopus Elocution Fusion Isometric Game Shot. What kind of combination of words is that, Lux? Oh my god. I really do feel like I'm playing one of those early 90s overhead isometric games. Yeah, that's great. Currently smashing my face in a bowl of tomato soup. I'm making soup with my face. This is a good one. I'm kind of also laughing at the idea of like, wait a minute, I'm allergic to tomatoes. No. Soup intensifies. Exactly. So I'm in the soup aisle. God, I love that meme so much. You do not know, Ancient. You have no idea how often I share that with my partner back and forth whenever we're like, are we gonna have soup tonight? And it's just that meme. Okay. All right. So we have a man riding a unicycle, loose gesture drawing, and this is all the stuff from Rhapsody here. Wow. Yeah, I mean it's certainly
Right?
yeah, it's intense. That I mean from like a yeah. Holy hell. Wow. Now I'm not familiar with the tricks for bikes, so I don't. But the unicycle makes me giggle. That's for sure.
Yeah. The amazing thing that I found with this is it's not perfect, right? Like if you look at the images, it's not really usable. But these can be used as references or input images later, and they can give you ideas. It's really great just for exploring how could this move, how could this evolve. It understands the task of making multiple images that are somewhat connected together. Some of them are crap, some of them are totally not usable, but it keeps the characters kind of the same in like each one, and it, I don't know, for me it's incredibly valuable. I feel like yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like let's take a look. Let's take a look at the result that I got with that exact same prompt. But I'm going to also, because I already know that I'm going to have to include this image later. But if you notice, without any image prompt, it's just the description of who Victor is and the storyboard lines. I definitely am able to say, all right, I want this arrow because the camera's going to be pinching in. Like here, if you look at the third result here, the arrow is representing the movement of the vehicle, being shown that it's moving from right to left. But now, if I paste Victor at the front of this, remember his description is inside the prompt already, but I do a low image weight. Let's do 0.3. And then submit. Nice prompt, Raps. Yep. That's a very Marilyn Monroe of her.
The fact that every one of these are detailed, individual, and represented clearly without even upscaling is insane. Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Is that a
Gets a
camper
bit-
behind her?
Is that what? Sorry?
Might be.
I was asking if there was like a camper. Was that supposed to be there or behind the
It's like a
character?
mixture of
Yeah, it's like a truck and a
camper.
camper. Yeah. Look at this though. Wow. That would not have been possible with
Nope.
with earlier versions. Just this particular look. Oh my god, so good. Yeah. All right, so we're getting the storyboard versions of Victor here. Just a moment. Ooh, Miss Nameless. Yes, I should probably mess with Miss Nameless a little bit because we missed her on the holiday card. And she gave me a lot of trash about that. She said she said she was gonna firebomb my house if I because I didn't include her in the holiday card. So we'll do that next month. Look at this. Like okay. I know that Victor's driving the truck in two of these images, but it is it's clearly him and clearly done in such a fun way. Yes, and you instantly upscaled the one where he looks like he got hit. She got calmed down with the fire extinguisher. Yeah, you have to use it on her face. But this is great. So let's this really shows it. Let's do Miss Nameless next. That sounds fun. So I'm going to grab this image of her. This is the original image, but it always gets used to Miss Nameless, so we're going to use that. It'll match well with the storyboard line art as well. I'm going to put her in the front of this, and then I'm going to say that not an anime antagonist hit by a truck. I am going to say that what should we have Miss Nameless doing? Oh yeah, tile is not supported. That's interesting, but let's see here. I am going to say that she is a flapper girl. Let's see, knocking over the waiter serving wine glasses. I'm just gonna see how she knocks him over, and we'll go from there. Let's see. The motion and directional lines could apply to like the because usually like directional lines are used to dictate where the camera goes, right? Like what the camera is doing. If you're usually using in storyboards, if you're indicating like motions of characters, usually you just draw on top of them. Like so, it's like a character would have two arms, like two left arms if they're waving with their left hand, for example. But the lines do just fine. That's a version 7 prompt. Let's see what we get with this storyboard one. And then anything else from you guys that you want to dig into for Niji 7, you're more than welcome to type inside of VC text, and we will do what we can to make some cool stuff with you guys. You could also request for videos as well. If you have an image that you want to see videos during these streams, you're more than welcome to just say, hey, what would it look like if we made this into a short film or something? We could easily start going off of that.
If you want me to animate videos for you, to press just the button, just ping me and we say create. Just upscale the image, ping me like at Rhapsody, and I'm gonna press the button for you so you don't have to spend your fast hours.
Okay, look at this. Look at this. Okay, she definitely, in terms of like getting that motion of knocking over the glass and whatnot, like she's definitely doing it in some of these. One of them she's doing it with her butt, which I find really funny. But let's go ahead and give a little more direction to the action. This is so damn cute. Grinded on a pink rainbow looking thing. That's awesome. But let's go ahead and we have some really fun stuff with Miss Nameless in the storyboard sketch. But I wanna give a little bit more direction here. loose gesture drawing, directional error indicating movement. Let's say instead of directional errors indicating movement, I'm going to say that this is an onion. No, not onion. It won't. It will just literally give me an onion. Because there's something called onion skinning in animation where you overlay multiple frames on top of each other and you can see that, right? But I think that if we say instead that we are that motion lines are drawn to depict action, and let's do a flapper girl knocking over the wine glass. She is being served, and then we'll go from there. It downscales to 480 720p anyway, so more pixels wouldn't do much. How do you recommend upscaling images before turning to video? Yeah. I'll say this about upscaling. I agree with Golem and everything. It's the lower resolution anyway when you do videos, so it's not a big deal to work with the lower resolution images as the starting frame. But there is a benefit to doing upscale creative when it comes to the final image that you are using, because upscale creative does change the context of the image, and it might give you cleaner line art in order to get that edge detection that we were talking about earlier with Wonderful World of Stuff.
Now, upscaling can have some benefits if you turn it into a video later. It can also have the opposite effect, but if you already have a very clean low-res image that you just want to upscale to add a little bit more details or to get something that pops more before you turn it in an animation, you can do that. It's going to get downscaled again as the input into the thing, but it can definitely 100% change the outcome of your animation, just because some of the details get more space, more presence in what you get with the upscale. I just said that people should upscale and ping me because then I know exactly which image to use. But there is definitely some benefits and also some not so great benefits. If you do it with version 7, for example, if you upscale with version 7, you're getting even more details, like not Niji 7, but Midjourney version 7. You're getting even more details that then become downscaled again, and your images get mushy. So that's when you don't want to use it, actually.
Right. And this is very cute. I mean, we're definitely getting a lot of variations on the character design as well. So I'm gonna try one where we pitch up Miss Nameless just a little bit on the weight, especially since it's also drawn in a rough style. We might actually get a good balance here by bumping up that image weight a little bit, and get this, because it is fun. It is fun. It's just not really doing 100% of what I was expecting when it comes to her actions here. So, but it is really cool. Another prompt that I really like to use is rough black ink manga. Rough black ink manga depicting I don't know, like let's say that this is a full page rough black ink manga featuring a let's just pick another character really quick. The crows. I'll use Rhapsody's crows. They are so freaking cute, by the way. I love these crows. The crows are so damn cute.
They are so great.
Let's go ahead and just grab. I'm just gonna grab this image here.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna say
This
depicting.
one is called Crooked.
Oh, that's cute. Depicting a rambunctious crow. And I definitely did not spell rambunctious right. Let me get the right spelling on that. Oh, I did. Wow. I know how to spell today. That's a rare one. All right, featuring a rambunctious crow. AR45.
You get a star.
Oh my god, I got a star today. Let's see. Do you recommend upscaling image before turning to video? Oh, no, we already answered that. Okay, let's see what we get off of this result here. Okay. And lastly, the style creator. I really should. I promised that earlier. I'm going to do it right now. And then we'll dig into some of the stuff you guys have here, because there's a lot of really cool Like this rough storyboard stuff. It definitely has this like very functional effect of being able to tell your story, at least as a rough, so you could give it to like an artist or an animator and say, okay, yeah, this is what the vision is, that so on and so forth. But let's go ahead and there's your rough black mega of him eating a pasta. That's very cute. Let's see, did we get that full page yet? No. It's still rendering. There's still plenty of demand for version 7 on this server, so let's just let this keep going. While that's running, let's just say that we create an image here. We could actually use one of the images from you guys as the base of our style reference or our style creator. So I really like Reveille's guy here. Let's see, the big iron soldier or knight here. This one, the Maze Knight. I love this guy. So we have the Maze Knight here. It looks like he's standing on a bunch of helmets. But let's go ahead and hit copy image address. Okay, and let's just do a quick prompt with this character. So I'm going to use a Niji 7 prompt, Niji 7, and then I'll just say that this is the Maze Knight. Actually, let's just grab the description from the character here. The Metal Knight wears, yeah, it's everything from this bonus, just character description. Perfect. And now we got to say what that knight's doing at the front of the prompt. So we're going to say that it is, let's just say he is hacking and slashing goblins.
One thing, just because I see the time, we wanted to go back into no.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. What do we say? No green skin on this. We get like purple goblins and things like that. We'll try that real quick. And then I want to do a lower image weight because we want to be able to change up this image a lot, like we said earlier. And then lastly, an aspect ratio, 16:9. Now the reason I'm doing this is not because I really want to make an image for this. It's because I want to create a style code that I can use all across every one of my prompts so that everything adheres to that style. So if I am making, say, like a children's story or a graphic novel or anything like that, I don't want it to jump style to style to style with every result. I want that diversity that Midjourney offers, but I want it to make sure that the line art and the color palette are about the same. Or maybe at the very least, like we have for our fantasy series, we have color palettes for specific times of day, for specific locations. And that's really what you get a robust world building out of that, right? Like I know what Phantasma looks like at night. I know what Phantasma looks like during the day. I even know what it looks like at 3:30 in the morning. You know what I mean? Like it's just we get familiar with it by doing that. But let's go ahead and see what we get off of this one here. The goblins are so tiny. It's like crunching a bunch of like tiny ant people. Let's see what this does. The no green skin is definitely going to change up a couple things, but we'll see what this does. Just a moment. And we're done. Okay. The goblins all do not have green skin, which is what -no is going to do. It's just going to try to avoid the topics that are featured in no. So you can see it says no green skin here. So what I can do now, though, is say I really liked one of these results here. Let's go with like this one here. I really like this result. We can actually now use the style creator by hovering. Let's see, going into style creator here. We'll just hit use on the prompt. Use, and then go to style creator. And now we have that prompt inside the style creator, including our image prompt that we had earlier. Okay, so I'm also going to add another, instead of no green skin, I'm going to say no white background. And then we'll hit submit on this. Again, we are using a Niji 7 prompt to do this, and it works in terms of the style creator. So let's see what we get off of our initial results. Because of the demand of Niji 7, it takes a little longer to process some of our initial results. So let's see what styles align with the Maze Knight here. Remember, this is our starting image that we have. very, very, very like vintage anime aesthetic. I really love it. So let's grab a few. This one's gonna work, I think. Let's grab this one. We're basically looking for ones that have matching or similar art styles to what we want to make. So this only had one that I'm really happy with. That's fine. Let's hit refine. We could also skip the grid to get another one, but you could see, even off of that first result, we're already getting closer to what I might want the Maze Knight to do. So let's pick this one. I'm going to say that this one, and even a little bit of this, add a little bit of realism in there. I do like that darkness, but it might be a little too overbearing for this. And this one. I like these ones. Now let's refine again. It's ideal that we do about 5 of these in order to really hone in what sort of style we want for this. So I like this. What I'm basically looking at is I'm trying to avoid things that do not match the aesthetic that I'm looking for. The farther away it is, the easier it is for me to say no. So like this is like very 3D, it's very rendered. I don't want that. I want some. This is too clean. This is too Leclerc. It's too much like clean line comic style. So I don't want that one either. It's a lot easier to say no when you look for the specifics that you want. So I like this. It has the complexity and stuff there. I like this because of the range of the style, but it feels like it's too forced to that watercolor aesthetic. So I'm gonna skip that one. But I want this one because the complexity of the image is easily readable, but it has a nice diversity to the color palette. I like this one a lot. And the rest are largely 3D or Western, so I want to skip that and hit refine again. We're slowly honing this in. Like, look at that. That looks great. This one looks good. I'm basically avoiding also cartoonish proportions, right? Because that's another thing that gets considered. So I really want to make sure that all the characters have this tall complexity without being too much into any particular medium, particularly watercolor or a painterly medium. We're going to avoid those for this one. I'll just refine it off of these two now. We're almost done. We have one more to go. And so, this almost looks like Renaissance art. Let's go with that one. And too strong in the pink there. I know Enid would be angry about me not picking that one, but I'm not doing it. I like the architecture of this one. Too much cartoon proportions. Too much painterly. Too much painterly in these 3. Okay.
Oh my god.
What?
I just remade one of my favorite prompts of all time.
Yeah.
And it's looking crazy good.
Nice. All right, we've gotten to 5 now, and we'll check that out here in a minute, Raps. But I've gotten to 5 now, 5 renders, and the thing that you have not really seen because it's happening in the background. Luckily, it's happening in the background, especially with slower render times. Is that every time I hit refine, it's actually given me an example of that sref code. So every time I've hit refine, it's changed the code that we can now use based on our favorite results of that prompt specifically. This is why I took the time to making sure I picked a character in an art style I recognized and all that stuff, because I want to faithfully try to recreate the Maze Knight's aesthetic. And a lot of our aesthetics are similar in the sense that they're anime and all that stuff, and we're going to lean very much into Niji 7. But the thing is that the Niji 7 quote-unquote style is extremely diverse. And we really want to be able to, especially if we are making a production, we're making something that has to have consistency to it. The style consistency, in my opinion, matters even more than the character consistency. You really want to make sure that adherence is throughout the entire production, unless you are purposely breaking that style. I'm not going to list examples, but there are tons of films and animations that are out there where they make a hard choice that, a flashback sequence is going to be done in stop motion, or the art style changes because we're in the memory of a child. It turns into crayons, that kind of stuff.
Or if you're just thinking about anime, the interludes of chibi animations that you usually see.
Yeah, I mean there's all sorts of animes that break the hard model rule in order for the sake of comedy. And that's what I talked about earlier about how Niji 7 allows us to venture off of that while staying within a consistent art style. I mean, look at this.
Comedy and power level. Like something that has become more and more popular is to downgrade the quality of the individual paintings in high power scenes just to give off the feeling that the artist didn't have the time to really go in and draw all the details because the energy and the speed and the scene is so
we're
high.
hallucinating the efficiency element of why rough storyboards are useful.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to show here with you guys is that this is the first result that we had. And now what I'm going to do is, and this is more for Reveille than anyone else because I know that they could use this, is that I'm going to take each one of these results linearly and paste them into VC Create for you guys so you can really see what this is doing in person on your device. So I'm going to hit reply on this and then hit /show and paste the first job ID. Oops. Let's grab that job ID, copy, job ID, paste. And now grab the second one, this one here, copy, job ID. And I basically do that with all 5 of the results. And then Reveille can actually pick which one's their favorite. And then just keep using that code. And you guys can, use that code too. Nothing's stopping you. So now let's kind of go with another one here. And I think we have 2 more. Yes. I am using /show on all of these so that not only can you see them, but you can also remix them and edit them however you really want. So let's go ahead and paste one more into there. Copy, job ID. All right, last one. Cool, thanks. Style Creator still mostly baffles me. In fact, it's one of the tools that I feel like if you have the technical experience, helps a ton. Like I'm talking like the difference between like I just make pictures for fun and I do it for work, right? If you are like professional experience, like Style Creator is like a godsend. It really makes Midjourney extremely functional for you. If you want that diversity, you have now it's an option as opposed to like, honing it in with parameters and stuff like that. But now what we can do is we can kind of slide through here and see which results. In fact, I think the one that I last ended on is the most powerful SREF that we crafted using the Maze Knight. And the reason is because the census scale. I mean, the goblins are not only the right height and all that stuff, they're insanely monstrous and towering like the knight is too. That's really cool. But I mostly am not looking at the context. I'm looking at what it's doing with the line art, what it's doing with the colors. Okay, so you can see here we have a lot of defined structure, a lot of defined nice clean lines. But if we go one step back, it gets a little bit more muted. It gets a little softer, and maybe that's what you want. Maybe that's exactly what you want, and you want that sort of muted background. But I got rid of it by keep going, by iterating more and more and more. And if we go back even more, now we have a sepia tone that's dominated this image because that's what we honed in on about halfway through our process of using the creator. So I don't like that sepia tone. It is something that like every movie that's quote unquote shot in Mexico, they just put a sepia tone on it. That kind of stuff bothers the crap out of me. So if you want it to be more cartoonish, more silly, the first style reference is the way to go. So on and so forth. Use that logic to create your own worlds, your own art style, and then keep using it and find how it can be best applied, and then share it to other people so that they can do it too with you. It's so much fun. I cannot get over just how cool it is to collaborate with you guys. To the point where now that I have this style, okay, I can just come into here, click on the style reference, and let's just make a little comic. AR45 with the SREF code. Multiple comic panels. Now, I will say, as a warning, whenever you're using SREFs and they do not feature any comic panels, it's harder to derive comic panels from them. But that's where we can use raw and start to pull all that back. But I'm going to say multiple comic panels depicting, and we're going to do something completely different. I want to show. I'm just saying. I want to show just the range of this. Okay, so let's say that this is an elf with a magic staff emitting purple energy as they defend themselves from the horde of orcs. There we go. And I'll hit submit on this. Because of the style reference that's on there, there's a good chance that we may not even get a single panel that's on there. So let's try it now with raw. And also try one with what was I going to do here? Oh yeah, with a chaos value. That's another parameter we haven't talked about. We've talked about a lot in the past, but chaos tends to kind of fall into place quicker. Like it tends to like kind of settle on certain imagery, even if it doesn't match your character or even if it doesn't match your aesthetic necessarily. But it does let you kind of get this weird like oh, this is a really honed in idea just by applying a little bit of chaos to it. Chaos is also a great way to do edits when you're like, I really need to make sure that there is a third eye on someone's forehead, but Midjourney keeps wanting to make everything symmetrical and not put a third eye on their head. Chaos will sometimes allow you to break that symmetry, right? Drawn by a child, yes. I would not know. That was drawn by an AI at this point. That's nuts. Still better than me. Let's see. That's not true. I've seen you, Drago. Let's see here. Ooh. We're getting our multiple comic panels now. Okay, so this is the one without raw. And we are getting some pretty cool composite like here of this battle going on. That's freaking rad. And it's definitely doing everything I said. It's an elf with a magic staff that emits a purple energy. That's sick. And now when we did raw, we still are within a drawn aesthetic, 100%. But now we have a little more, like it's kind of hard for me to say exactly what benefited or changed with this. But I am seeing a little more, like it's still consistent, but I'm seeing a little more diversity in the color palette. And then, yes, and then the one with chaos. And you notice that chaos is definitely the most diverse out of all the results. We didn't even get comic panels on this top right one here, but it looks like a real battle. It looks like something pretty intense is happening here. The chaos of this, the scene makes so much more sense as without the panels. So I could always add those panels later. So very cool. I love using chaos to kind of like inspire me for new directions, or inspire new imagery. So there you go. Wait. A cat with three eyes, third eye is a line in the middle of its head. Niji 7 from Senior Carlos. Yeah, yeah. I didn't really take that advice into account with the fact that Niji 7's text adherence is way better. So yeah. Maybe that's archaic now. Maybe the use of chaos to break symmetry is not needed anymore because V7 is just Niji 7 is just so damn good at locking that in. But okay. So we're past 6 o'clock here. I want to know from you guys if there's anything that you want to talk about, show off, or anything. We have something called the show after the show, and it's a place to come and chat with us directly. You get to come on the stage, talk, and do all that kind of stuff. And we get to hear what your projects are up to, what you guys are working on, what questions you have, that kind of thing. And yes, thank you for showing that, Raps. What is the other? I know you have a handful of these.
I have a bunch of things.
Yeah. Go ahead.
After we close off the stream, of course, it says right now, but it's not right now. But after we close the stream, there's the show after the show where we just sit all together in a voice channel, and you can talk with us and ask questions and go into detail. Tell us about your projects, just get to know the community and so on. So this is our most famous and our greatest show that we have. Then on Thursdays, if you want to join us, we have game night, where we usually play Worms or Settlers of Catan and Tabletop Simulator or something. Definitely a fun place to hang out and just play some games. Sometimes we even make our own stuff for games, like when we play Worms, we have customized worms basically that we made with the help of AI to go along. And there's also the idea floating around to make our own Settlers of Catan board, just with customized tiles and stuff. And then Wednesdays is where you bring your own piece of work and we all just hang around and work together, help each other out, look into other projects, and make stuff together. So these are our three main events on the Gnarly Studio server. Join it right now. It's really cool. It's really awesome. We want to see you there. And other than that, just join a voice channel at any time, and people usually flock to you like moths to light.
Yeah, it's a really great community space. I hope you guys join. You can find links for it inside of VC Text. But otherwise, guys, I just this has been a lot of fun. I've had I hope you guys had a lot of fun exploring Niji 7 for the first time. I was really surprised that this was dropping right before our stream today. So yeah, did you guys have fun? Please let me know. I want to know.
Yeah.
Feel free to write in VC text. But otherwise, I think Gallifrey's here. Glad I got to make it today. Missed you guys. Oh, I missed you too, Gallifrey. It is so much fun to explore, and I just really appreciate all you guys and what you do. I hope to see you guys next week. Next Friday, we are continuing our character classes. You're welcome to dive into that. We usually focus on one character and try to flesh out one story. Assuming there's not any new features that drop all of a sudden on my lap, it'll be that. And so if you love character studies, if you love diving into a unique art style every time, I mean, we did stop motion like 3 weeks ago, and it was so much fun, bringing me back to my old work and whatnot. So it is a lot of fun. But I hope to see you guys there next Friday. If not, I'll see you all at the show after the show. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much, and thank you, Rhapsody, Kinky, and AC for being here. Especially Raps for co-hosting with me throughout the entire thing. This is just awesome.
Thank you both.
No, thank you, Kinky.
Always a pleasure.
All right,
Bye
guys.
bye.
Bye. Wiggle, wiggle.
See y'all. Bye.
Later. Bye.